transfers are done. We've got the Super Cup against Bayern Munich and our first league match against RB Leipzig. It's the FM22 Journeyman with Hertha Berlin. Welcome back, or welcome if you're here for the first time. We are here with Hertha Berlin, as mentioned, with the two matches today. We're going to jump straight into it. Yesterday's episode, we did the transfers. If you haven't seen that and don't know who these players are, go back and watch that one and then come back over here and see this. We have got our preferred lineup, but as we can see, not all of them are fit, so we're going to need to make some changes. Right, changes made, and I've realised we've only actually got two real-life players in our starting 11 now. One of those is Unai Simon in goal, and the other one is Lorenzo Luca, right up the other end of the pitch. The rest, all new gens. Our back four today is Bastians, Valdez, Silva and Funk. We've then got Diallo, the other Silva, and Schubert in midfield. Badino over on the left with Techa Hoa on the right, and as mentioned, Luca up front. We lost this match last season. I do remember though that we went positive, and that was a mistake. Lorenzo Luca's lacking in match fitness apparently, despite having an entire pre-season. He's still not match fit, and he played internationally as well. He wasn't with us at the start of our pre-season because he was on international duty. Apparently that wasn't quite enough. The fact that Bayern Munich has got Vinicius Jr. on their bench is a little bit disgusting, if I'm honest. That man isn't even starting in the Bayern Munich Cup, although again it is the year 2030 in this, so I'm not sure exactly what age he is. It might just be that he's getting on a little bit. First highlight then to us, and it's a big ball into the box. Schubert almost poking that one home, but it is saved by the Bayern Munich goalkeeper. As I mentioned, we did play this exact match against this exact team at the start of last season, and we did lose it. Hopefully today we're going to have a better showing, and it would be very much putting a marker down for what we want to happen for the rest of the season if we come out today and beat Bayern Munich. Obviously, it doesn't happen very much. As we saw in yesterday's episode, they barely had any losses last season. I think they had two, in fact, one of which was against us, so there is some hope for us. But a very, very, very good team. Very hard to beat. Very well organised, and obviously, definitely the biggest team in Germany. I don't think there's any disputing that in real life or in this universe. What we want to do, though, is dethrone them. That was almost a good block there by Bastians. Instead, he's missed it, and Bayern Munich are let in for a shot. We have managed to block it though, which is going to result in a corner for the Bayern Munich team. Kimmich taking that one. It's been cleared by our defenders, but they have still got the hold of the ball and are getting a Schubert there though, managing to do something with that. And now Lorenzo Luca is going to try and bring the ball forward, running down the right, holds it up and is brought down over on the right hand side. I'm assuming we had a resulting free kick. It wasn't a very good one by all accounts, because we're not going to get any sort of highlight for that. It's not quite as new a look a team as I thought it was going to be after yesterday's episode. In all fairness, Funk's in fact, their Bastians is new. Silva in midfield is new. Everyone else was here last season. I guess that's probably a good thing in the sense of we did do relatively well, so we probably didn't need wholesale changes, and it does mean that there should be some sort of understanding between the players on the team. Whether that's a good thing or not, whether we can replicate last season and just go a little bit better is another thing. Adeyemi there, tackled inside the box cleanly. Kimmich has regained the ball over on the right now. Playing that one, that was a bit of a weird choice of pass, almost all the way back. It's another corner for Bayern Munich here. Can we clear this one? We can't, but it doesn't go in. The header just clipping the crossbar as it went over, and we have got to half time unscathed. I was going to pump off this at the team and kind of encourage them, tell them to go back out. We started off that match quite well. Bayern Munich definitely sort of grew into it, so whether we can go and get a goal would be good. Lorenzo Luca, if he could get his shooting boots back on, that would be grand. Instead of that, Bayern Munich are looking very, very dangerous in this tie. It's now a throw-in for us up the other end. Funk with a cross into the box, trying to get that one onto the head of Lorenzo Luca, but it's a bit too high for him. And we have lost the ball and regained it. I was going to say we've managed to keep the attack going. Just about. Silva into Schubert here. Schubert through on goal. It's a shot. It is saved. Badino now trying to do something. The resulting loose ball, but instead nothing happening. Bodino now, Silva taking too much time on the ball for Bayern Munich and almost letting in Bodino and Lorenzo Luca. Another shot here for Bayern Munich is saved by Unai Simon, and it is going to be another corner for Bayern Munich. Kimmich taking it again. Corderio Silva, I guess it'd be Corderio Silva, rising up there to clear that one. Lorenzo Luca once again trying to bring the ball forward. He is tackled. We're going to get a throw in, which we aren't going to see. We'll just encourage the team a little bit more here. Bayern Munich once again on the attack. They are brought down there just outside the box by Funk. To be fair, that was looking pretty dangerous. It is going to result in a De Jong free kick though, and that one is going to go in, and they have finally scored. I don't think there's a huge amount else we can do here other than sort of cross our fingers and hope for the best, I think, because we are getting shots. We aren't scoring them, which is a little bit annoying, and kind of the whole point of playing football is to score what you've got. Tetra Hoa there over to Funk. Now Funk bringing the ball forward. Can he get a cross into the box? Hopefully to Lorenzo Luca. Cat goes to Bodino, who knocks it down to Lorenzo Luca. That one is blocked as well and just lumped out for a throw-in. 60th minute now, and Bayern Munich are still 1-0 up in this tie. I mean, I've said this so many times. I think they are a ridiculous team to play against. They are super difficult, and 9 times out of 10 you're not getting anything out of the match. Tetra Hoa can come off though. We'll bring on Renan on that side, put him as the inside forward, as we do when we bring him on. Bodino is looking tired on the other side, so we probably take him off and bring on Kavarat on that left hand side. So we've changed both our wingers here. We encourage the team a little bit more, hopefully with, you'd think, the less tired players here up front, and maybe just a little bit more speed, a little bit more energy. If we do get a counter attack on, we can do something with it. Instead of that, Bayern Munich are going to score their second one of the match, and yeah, that's probably the tie over now. I don't think we get anything out of it now. It would be very, very unlikely. That's a shame, really. We looked really good at the start of that first half, but we haven't taken our chances. Bayern Munich have taken theirs. It is what it is. We're going to now just make our final substitution. We'll bring on Calvin Phillips for his debut. He can go there instead of Silva. And we just see out the match now. It's, again, very, very unlikely we're getting anything out of it now. We are going to try, though. We're going to go very attacking. I'm fully aware there's a highlight going on. I'm fully aware Bayern Munich have got the ball, so they're probably going to score this now, because the highlight hasn't gone away when I've done that, which indicates something's going to happen. Kimmich into the box. Unai Simon managing to actually block that one. I still think we need a new goalkeeper. We made a ridiculous bid for one in the summer transfer window, so it would have been yesterday, but off screen. I think we bid something ridiculous for FC Köln's goalkeeper in the region of, the upfront fee would have been 40 million, but it could have rose as far as 90 million. And instead of that, he decided to go to Chelsea for less of a wage than what we were offering him, which is always very, very annoying. Luca here now on the attack. There's about 5 minutes of regular time left. Luca trying to cross that one into the box. It's well blocked, and that one's going behind for a corner now. This one going to be taken by Phillips. Phillips into the near post. That one's cleared. Can he regain the ball here? He can. He's not really running very fast to it, though, considering we are 2-0 down. We probably need a bit of energy here. Kavarat now gathering that ball, and it is into Renan. Renan for his first goal of the season. As we can see, Renan's still here. Despite wanting to leave, no one is coming in and bidding his agreed transfer fee that we agreed with him. We would let him go if we receive a bid for X amount. No one's matching that. At the moment, he is still a Hertha Berlin player, and hopefully he can pop up throughout the season and do stuff like that. As you can see, we are very attacking here, so we could still get something, but we're going to have to do it quickly. Diallo here on the ball, passing this one back to Silva. Over to Diallo. Schubert now trying to play that one forward to Phillips. It's cut out by a Bayern Munich player, but Renan has managed to regain possession and pass it into Lorenzo Luca. It's going to go to VAR. Either we've just managed to draw ourselves level, or this is going to get struck off and that will be the end of the tie. Goal has been awarded. It's 2-2 on the night now. We've managed to come back into this one. Do we just stay very attacking now? Because ever since we've been very attacking, we're actually looking like we could win the game. Problem being just even a notch down on attacking is Bayern Munich were all over us. It does go then straight to a penalty shootout though without extra time. We've managed to get this far. Who do we want our penalty takers to be? I mean, Lorenzo Luca's the only one who's actually good at taking penalties. So I guess we just go, we're the underdogs. Get out there, we have faith in you, yada yada yada. And now we just watch the penalties. I am just going to notch this up a little bit on speed because it takes a while. Lorenzo Luca taking our first penalty then. He puts his away and we are 1-0 up on penalties. Adeyemi now coming up to take his. Unai Simon in goal. Oh, almost got it. Went the right way. Didn't quite manage to stop it. Schubert going to be our second penalty taker this evening. He puts his away. Again, goalkeeper going the right way. Not quite managing to get to it. And now, Bayern Munich. Can they draw level? Unai Simon's gone the right way again and not saved it. Eventually, he's got to save it, right? Calvin Phillips, on his debut, stepping up for a penalty. He puts it in. Again, the goalkeeper's gone the right way. Eventually, someone's got to save one. Havertz now going to be taking the third penalty for Bayern Munich. I do feel like Simon should have done better with that one. It was basically at his head. If he'd stood there and just raised his arms, I feel like he would have saved that one. Cavarat scoring our fourth penalty of the evening. Vinicius Jr. now, I believe this is, I'm assuming that's Vinny Jr. Vinicius Jr. doing a weird run-up. He has put his penalty past Unai Simon and Renan, who, as we mentioned, wants to leave the club, taking our fifth penalty this evening. He does score it. Can Simon now save Bayern Munich's fifth and final penalty? Well, final unless, you know, they score it, in which case we'll just keep going. De Jong making the long trip to the penalty spot to take this one. Can we save it? Unai Simon has saved it. We've beat Bayern Munich. We've come back from 2-0 down on the night to win our first ever piece of silverware with Hertha Berlin. Yes, it's only the Super Cup. It's basically a German community shield. But nonetheless, that is a good start to the season. That's putting a marker down that we can do it against Bayern Munich when we have to. Albeit not in regular time, but again, we were 2-0 down and we did come back to 2-2, which I'll take 100%. Beautiful stuff. We'll get a little cartwheel here somewhere. There it is. A lovely cartwheel there from number 12. I've no idea who number 12 is, if I'm completely honest. And that is a good start to the season. Into the dressing room then. Outstretch your arms. Enjoy your celebrations, lad. You've got a tie against some non-league Bundesliga team in the DFB Pokal in a minute. Enjoy that. Yeah, he's upset with the penalty loss. Never mind. Simon actually doing quite well there. Went the right way for most of the penalties and then actually managed to save one, which is more than he's been doing in real games. Oh, Ryan Gravenberch. I mean, it'd be worth a shout. We're not going to make a bid on him. We have about £57 million, as you can see, still left in the transfer kitty. Most of that being from the Freeman sale. But right now, we can't quite find anyone to bring in. I think the only position I'd be slightly worried about at the moment is a right winger, because Tetrahoa is still wanted. He's wanted by Liverpool. And we don't really have a very capable backup. Other than Renan, who also wants to leave. So definitely something we need to keep an eye on. Our next match, as we can see, is against Göppingen. But I'm assuming this is going to be the normal DFB Pokal first round where we go and batter someone 15-0. So we're going to skip that one. We're going to go straight over to the RB Leipzig match. I'll see you there. So after a 10-0 win in the cup, we're back for our match against RB Leipzig, and we have got the following lineup for you today. Unai Simon remains in goal. We've got Bastians, Valdez, Silva and Funk as our back four today. Diallo, Phillips and Schubert in midfield. Badino and Tetrahoa behind Luca up front. So very much the same sort of one we had for the Bayern Munich match. Calvin Phillips obviously coming in. But globally, our first 11 is going to stay the same this season, barring injuries, barring fatigue, barring just vast improvements by people. We had a Uruguay, obviously, last season, who was never meant to be a main starter. He was always meant to be a backup. And then came in and had some fantastic performances, which just led to him automatically being one of the first names on the actual team sheet before we started. Hopefully, though, we get off to a good start today in the league against RB Leipzig. That's the plan. Doesn't always go that way, though. We just encourage the team here. 7 minutes in. We're go away. We're blocking a highlight. Bastion's playing this one back to Valdez. Over to Diallo. I've just realised, of course, I know we're in the middle of highlight, but I had that accelerated for the penalty shootout and I haven't changed it back. Funk. No, it is saved. It's kind of saved. Lorenzo Luca managing to put that in the back of the net. That was a very, very weird one. It kind of played pinball in the box. I've just realised as well, given that's on sped up, that's why the 10-0 match went so ridiculously fast. I genuinely thought it was because we were such a better team that we were just outplaying them. That was awful, awful goalkeeping there, though, from Farinez. Just punching that one out, and Lorenzo Luca there to tap it home. And off to a start he goes. Oh, it's going to be a goal-filled season again, potentially, here. And RB Leipzig are through on goal there, but their shot just curling wide of it. Unai Simon not having to make an actual save. Badino with a free kick just outside the area there. It's more of a corner than a free kick at that point. Bastions back to Badino. Can he get another cross into the box? He's cutting inside here. Bastions again. Phillips now. Diallo. Schubert. Lots of players touching it. Schubert has managed to skin a couple of defenders there and get himself in a shooting position. Doesn't manage to put it away, and we're going to have yet another corner. Badino, the man taking this one into the near post. Did we? Yeah, that was an interesting header. If that was meant to be a shot on goal, I have some questions. RB Leipzig now with a corner of their own. It's been cleared. I think that's Techahoa there. Get to it first. He hasn't. And RB Leipzig are managing to keep the attack alive here. Coming forward and potentially looking a bit dangerous, although we seem to have pressed this out of them for a moment. Another ball forward. Bastion's clearing that one with a header, but only as far as another RB Leipzig player. And now that one's clattered against the crossbar. I don't think Unai Simon had it covered. He does make me a little bit jumpy, that goalkeeper. I'm not overly confident in him. Another corner for us then. Badino now. This one is cleared again by the RB Leipzig defender. Badino with another cross into Techahoa, but that one is above the bar. We cannot add to our 1-goal lead, although we are looking very, very decent. We're giving up possession again. I think this is ever since the board go on and on about wanting us to play direct football, and ever since we've played direct football, I'd argue we're probably slightly better on our attacking stats, so our shots and our shots on target. But possession-wise, we just give up so much possession now. It's very much get the ball up there as quickly as possible. It's not quite Stoke City Route 1, but it's not far off either. This highlight is starting then with a Leipzig goal kick, and it is played short. They are not playing Route 1 football. They are playing it out from the back, which in theory I think we still do, and then my defenders lump it up the other end of the field instead. They are managing to play round us now. Silva there to head that one away to Techahoa, who can now bring it forward, but that ball gets away from him, and now Leipzig can launch another counter-attack. Funk, the man there to clear it, but he literally clears it onto the head of a Leipzig striker, and that was almost a goal. That was an interesting clearance. I would have been a little bit miffed if that goal had gone in. I've seen weird ones like it, like when your goalkeeper throws it out and just throws it at the back of the head of your defender. That one, though, would have stung a little bit. Funk now. Can you bring the ball forward? Can we get a second goal to make this a little bit more comfortable? Maybe. Techahoa to Luca, who's very, very deep there. Diallo to Silva. We're just keeping hold of the ball here. Valdez not giving the best pass in the world, and he's just giving it straight to a Leipzig player. But it's fine. Schubert coming back there to sweep up a slightly loose pass. And now we have the opportunity to grow an attack of our own again. Phillips, who is on a yellow card, trying to bring that one forward. Diallo once again poor passing now. I don't know if this is him trying to try a killer ball potentially, but instead of that, I mean, we deserve to concede that. There was twice there we gave away the ball in that highlight. We can't complain about it. If you're going to give the ball away that much, eventually you are going to be punished for it. And on this occasion, we gave it away twice, and it's just a ball squared in front of Unai Simon, who again doesn't really do a lot with it. I'm not overly keen, as I've previously mentioned. I think now we make some substitutions to try and bring some fresh legs on. We'll bring Renan on, much like we did in the match against Bayern Munich. And Funk, I think, needs to come off as well. Gerardo can come on for him. We'll make those ones for a minute. We'll see how this goes. I really like a win on the first day of the season, especially given how dominant in the match we've been. It's going to be very annoying now if just poor passing, I was going to say, means we drop points, but as it stands, we're actually dropping 3 points. How are we this good in attack? How are our stats looking like this? 20 shots, and yet RB Leipzig are the team ahead here. I mean, Unai Simon I genuinely don't think he could save a cold, despite his brilliant attributes, despite the fact that he's a 4-star goalkeeper. He doesn't seem to be able to actually save shots. I know he just saved a penalty in the match against Munich and allowed us to win the Super Cup, but in open play he seems awful. It's shaky. We never conceded this much under other goalkeepers. Mendy obviously retired now, but he was keeping lots and lots of clean sheets in the league. Johnny White, who was by far a lesser goalkeeper, at least on rating wise, he was very young and experienced, kept, I think it was 9 clean sheets in his 16 games with us, or something to that effect. Unai Simon, however, doesn't seem to be able to do any of that. He seems determined to single-handedly lose us the title, and I think we still need to have a look with our 55 million. If we can get a good goalkeeper in, someone who's not conceding bags of goals, I think we need to do it. The problem is, every time I see a good one like that, they tend to go elsewhere. Much like I mentioned, we had the goalkeeper at FC Köln. We made a massive bid for. It was accepted. We did speak to him, but he then went over to Chelsea. The goal's been disallowed on that occasion, but once again, he's just nowhere to be found. Miles offside, I'm aware of that, but honestly, what is that? There's a shot and he to the other way. Just not good enough. Renan trying to get us back in this game here. It's cleared, but Valdez is the man sweeping it up. Calvin Phillips now into Badino. Badino getting a shot on target, but it is saved. It is going to go out for a corner. Can we make anything of this one? Badino, no, absolutely nothing. It's cleared. Once again, it's going to be another corner for us. We're doing nothing with them now. We need to do better at this. I mean, we've always been really good at our set pieces. Today, we're getting absolutely nothing out of them. Just making that substitution, of course, it came up on the screen. Cavarat coming on for Badino over on that left-hand side. But we generally don't look like we're in this game. I mean, we do look like we're in this game. We're getting lots of shots. We don't look like we're likely to score, though. I'm not sure what that's all about. I mean, I'm hoping that doesn't mean that Lorenzo Luca is now going to be off the boil this year. That's it. Unai Simon's getting dropped. I don't care if we don't bring in another goalkeeper. I'm genuinely tempted to see if we can sell him and play the goalkeeper we bought in as a backup, because this is horrific. We're not going to be anywhere near the Bundesliga if we can't actually convert our chances, because we should have more than one goal at this point. But equally, he just looks frail as all heck. He does not look like a Bundesliga winning goalkeeper, so I think it's time to play someone else and potentially bring a different goalkeeper in. We're going to go have a look at that now. The problem I have, as I mentioned before, is I can't play a search. That's part of the rules. You can't play a search. I can only have a look at what we've scouted. So we're looking at what we've scouted. A goalkeeper. I mean, we've got this guy from Leeds who looks quite good until you look at this and you go, he's conceding bags and bags of goals. So that's kind of the same problems we've got now. Diogo Costa, who we played against in Chelsea, is quite good, but I don't have that amount of money. That's quite a lot. We've then got Lunin at Leicester. Looks pretty reasonable, but conceding quite a lot of goals last season, so probably not him. We've then got the goalkeeper at Bayern Munich as well. But again, I mean, actually, he doesn't look too bad. If we could get him in, we'd be all right. Although he's already played one match, conceded 3 this season. Other seasons, he hasn't looked too bad, but we'd have to pay a ridiculous amount of money for him, I'd imagine, because, you know, it's the rival tax, and yeah, 62 to 73. So potentially, I mean, we'll give him a scout. Johnny White, obviously, oh geez, he's having a bit of a shocker. How did he end up doing? Last season, he ended up conceding 18 goals and 11 appearances for Aston Villa. That's after only conceding 11 for us in 16 games. And he's had a pretty shaky start over there as well. I mean, we'll give him a little scout as well. Maybe they're hoping to offload him and he can come back to us and be our forever goalkeeper. That would be lovely. Lafont's not particularly looking very well. And then we start going down to the goalkeepers that quite clearly we shouldn't be signing. If we're looking at ones not interested in transfers that we've scouted, I mean, there's Vanarama. That's it. It's a pretty poor selection of goalkeepers, really. But 100%, he needs to get out the team. So we'll bring on Lucas Schneller, who again is conceding quite a lot, but maybe he'll do a little bit better. Maybe Simon just needs to be out the side for a little bit. We've had a bit of a episode of 2 halves here. We've won the Super Cup, but then we've lost to RB Leipzig in the opening match of the Bundesliga. And given Bayern Munich only lost 2 matches last season, we've already lost 50% of what we're allowed to lose, theoretically, if we want to win the Bundesliga. We've got a match against Bayern Munich coming up. We've got one against Borussia Dortmund. I'd imagine we'll probably come back somewhere around here, depending, to be honest. I mean, the next big matches aren't all the way until down here, so I think we maybe just play through some matches. We'll come back in here somewhere. Of course, if you have enjoyed today's episode and us winning the Super Cup, please do drop a like down below. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel as well. We're trying to reach 2,000 subscribers. We recently passed 1,000. It would mean a lot. If you haven't subscribed and you are going to watch the videos, if you could press that little subscribe button. Until next time though, guys, thank you very much for watching. Check out the video on the screen now. I will see you on the next episode with Hertha Berlin. Bye bye.